Dreams are not whispers in the night. They are not idle fantasies to pass the time. They are commands, divine blueprints etched into the fabric of your soul, waiting for you to claim them with blood, sweat, and unbreakable will. Every person who ever carved their name into history began with a vision so grand, so unreasonable, so audacious, that the world called them foolish. But the fools who dare to dream are the ones who shift empires, who move mountains, who drag entire civilizations forward. Think of Thomas Edison, a man who failed over 1,000 times in search of the light bulb. Imagine the darkness of those days, the ridicule of the crowd, the whispers of mockery that he was wasting his life on an impossible idea. Yet his relentless spirit refused to bend. Every failure was not a defeat, it was a teacher. Every setback was not a burial, it was a seed. And when that seed sprouted, the entire world lit up. Today we live in the glow of his dream. Or Henry Ford, a farm boy who had the audacity to believe he could put every family on wheels when only the wealthy rode in carriages. They laughed at him. Experts said the automobile would remain a luxury toy for the elite. But Ford did not live by the permission of skeptics. He worked relentless, building, testing, breaking, refining. And soon, the Model T rolled off the assembly line. Not just a car, but a revolution. The dream of one man carried millions into a new era. And what about Abraham Lincoln? A man born in a log cabin, who knew poverty, loss, defeat, and heartbreak. Time after time, he failed in elections. Time after time, he was rejected. Yet he carried inside him a vision larger than his scars. A vision of unity, freedom, and justice. The world saw a lanky, awkward man, but he saw the possibility of a nation reborn. That vision, held with unshakable resolve, became the guiding star through America's darkest night. So I ask you, what is your dream? Not the polite answer you give at dinner parties. Not the safe goal that keeps you in comfort. I'm speaking of the dream that burns when you close your eyes, the one that won't let you sleep, the one that scares you because it is so massive, so daring, so alive. That dream is your calling card. That dream is your proof that destiny placed something inside you that no one else carries. But hear me now, dreaming alone will not crown you. The graveyards are filled with dreamers who never woke up, never put their hands to the plow, never fought through the storms. A dream without relentless work is nothing but smoke in the wind. You must rise each day with the discipline of a soldier, the hunger of a lion, the persistence of a river carving through stone. The dream is the spark. Relentless work is the fire. Together, they forge the unstoppable force that wins empires, builds legacies, and shapes eternity. The mind is the birthplace of all victories. If your mind is shackled, your life will be shackled. If your mind is liberated, your life will follow. Napoleon Hill once said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Conceive it. See it in your imagination so vividly that it feels more real than the ground beneath your feet. Believe it. Hold it in the iron vault of your heart until no doubt can enter. Achieve it by relentless work, day by day, brick by brick, strike by strike. But the enemy stands near. Doubt, fear, hesitation, distraction. These assassins do not come from the outside. They are born in the chambers of your own thoughts. Fear is the thief of destiny. Doubt is the poison of progress. Distraction is the silent killer of greatness. If you do not master your mind, they will master you. Edison mastered his failures. Ford mastered ridicule. Lincoln mastered rejection. You too must master the war within. You must guard your thoughts like a fortress under siege. For what you allow in your mind becomes the architect of your future. Plant weeds, reap weeds. Plant vision, reap destiny. So choose your thoughts as a sculptor chooses marble. Be deliberate. Be ruthless. Do not entertain the whispers that say, "It can't be done." History is a graveyard of those whispers. What remains standing are the monuments built by men and women who refuse to listen. This is where it begins, with a dream that dares, with a mind that believes, with a spirit that refuses to yield. This is where the ordinary end and the extraordinary are born. Dream big. Work relentless. Win unstoppable. Clarity is the compass of giants. Without it, even the strongest will wander in circles. A dream without clarity is like a ship with no destination, drifting, tossed by every wave, never reaching the promised land. But when your vision is sharp, when your purpose is carved in stone, every setback becomes a stepping stone. Every storm becomes fuel. Every challenge becomes proof that you are on the right path. Walt Disney once walked into a bank with sketches of a mouse. The men in suits looked at him as if he had lost his mind. A cartoon mouse, they thought, could never build an empire. Yet Disney saw more than ink on paper. He saw castles, parades, and millions of hearts lit with wonder. He saw what others could not see because his vision was not blurred by doubt. He had clarity so vivid it became contagious. And today, children across the world grow up in the magic of his dream. Clarity demands that you strip away illusions, that you ask yourself, what do I truly want? Not what your parents wanted, not what society applauds, not what looks impressive on paper. The truth. Because if your dream is borrowed, you will not endure the storm. Only when the dream belongs to you, rooted in your soul, watered by your passion, fertilized by your purpose, will you have the power to outlast the struggle. And once the dream is clear, purpose must ignite it. Purpose is the fuel that outlives fatigue, that carries you when your legs tremble, that whispers keep going when every muscle begs you to quit. Andrew Carnegie, born in a small Scottish cottage, worked as a bobbin boy in a cotton factory for pennies a week. He had every reason to surrender, every excuse to remain ordinary. Yet his purpose was larger than survival. He carried inside him the burning desire to build, to create, to lift his family from poverty. That purpose propelled him into steel, into industry, into fortune, until he stood as one of the richest men in history. But wealth alone was not his final calling. Carnegie believed his fortune was entrusted to him by destiny, to be used for the betterment of mankind. He built libraries, schools, institutions. He left behind not just riches, but rivers of opportunity that still flow today. That is the power of purpose. It transforms ambition into legacy, self-interest into service, struggle into significance. Do not chase money. Chase meaning. Money will follow meaning like a shadow follows the body. Do not chase applause. Chase alignment with your higher self. Applause will come and go, but the echo of a purposeful life resounds through eternity. Yet even with clarity and purpose, the bridge from dream to destiny is built with discipline. Discipline is not glamorous. It is not applauded in the moment. Discipline is rising before the sun when your body craves sleep. Discipline is repeating the task after failure until success bows before you. Discipline is sacrifice, turning down distractions, silencing temptations, living today in a way that honors the tomorrow you hunger for. Look at Nikola Tesla, who labored through the night in his laboratory, pouring his soul into ideas that seemed impossible. He cared little for luxury or recognition. There is a battlefield more dangerous than any war, more ruthless than any enemy, and more decisive than any election. It is not fought in the streets, nor in the skies, nor across borders. It is fought in silence, inside your own head. The world's greatest victories and its greatest defeats have never started with armies. They have started with thoughts. For the mind is the architect of destiny. And the truth is simple. Either you master your mind, or your mind masters you. Look around you. Every invention, every empire, every fortune began as a single idea, born in the unseen chambers of the human mind. The airplane was once only a thought in the imagination of the Wright brothers. The steel empire was once only a vision in the mind of Andrew Carnegie. The electric light was once a wild dream carried by Thomas Edison. These men did not stumble blindly into greatness. They harnessed their minds, trained their thoughts, and forced their imagination to serve their purpose. But the same power that builds empires also destroys lives. For every man who masters his thoughts and rises, there are 1,000 who are enslaved by them. Slaves to doubt, fear, anger, and confusion. Napoleon Hill warned us, the human mind is both a faithful servant and a dangerous master. Leave it untamed, and it will run wild like a beast, destroying your